Hello Capricorn, welcome. I'm Ryan, thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading, so it's going to be a general reading for who you may be dealing with and what they're up to. So of course, everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel, Advality3 Tarot. She's read for you as well. Thank you. Show up tomorrow, Capricorn, and we'll talk about you. Unless, of course, who you're dealing with wants to make yourself, make you known or present, then we'll kind of see where that goes. We'll see. All right. Interesting. It could be like some sort of, it could be some sort of battle for recognition, and the card that flips over in the deck is the Five of Wands. I'm not going to take it, but I will notice there might be a little bit of competition going on here between the two of you, clearly. I mean, goodness. We're not even a minute and a half in, and there's already signs and synchronicities going on. What is this? What is going on here? Who's fighting for attention? I'm gonna push this a little bit right away. For spotlight. Goodness gracious. One more. Okay. Excuse me. Right away they show me, Capricorn, they definitely are on the right track, right path. Things are progressing for them and they feel quite confident about this, but I kind of feel like there is a lot of consideration as to what step or next plan of action is going to be for them. They're showing me that they just don't exactly know where this is headed. A little bit uncharted territory or uncharted waters, but ultimately they are holding on to what they got financially. I do see that there is some sort of opportunity here opening up for them, but what's fascinating is there is a little bit of a, what's this called, like a revolving door effect. There's a revolving door effect, and I'm not too sure what this is about. It seems like one new thing is starting before one thing is closing or ending. Like a revolving door. You don't know if it's open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. And they're a little bit back and forth with themselves as to what they truly want to do regarding this opportunity. And there it is. Comes out anyways. So even though I'm like, I'm not going to take it, it comes out when it's supposed to come out. Divine timing. Could be at work, within the workplace or work situation. Interesting. that's very interesting. I was going to say, it's like, have you ever seen, what's it called? Like, pigeons or crows or seagulls fighting for a piece of bread, and they're like all huddled up in a group, and it's kind of like which one's gonna get the biggest chunk. It's all breadcrumbs. Which one's gonna get it? I don't know exactly how this is working. It's almost like they themselves are having to put in so much work and so much effort for them to even love what it is they're doing and what it is they're working on and what it is they're even putting together. It's the energy of like, don't let me twist your arm there, Crosswatcher. Do you love what you do or do you not? It's almost like, well, I do what I do, but I'm trying to make the best out of it. It's like, that's not what I asked. Do you love what you do? Because if you loved what you did, that love would have come first. And no, it's coming last. Because what they're showing me is like, oh, so much energy about love for what they're working on and whatever this endeavor is. But then they're kind of like, they get themselves so worked up to this emotional point where now all of a sudden they're like, and I'm tired. And it's like, now you're defensive and now you're beyond guarded. And it's like, now you're wanting to protect in a sense what you've got. And it's like, okay. Oh, in a sense, what you've created. This could be someone you're in a commitment, relationship, or marriage with. Goodness gracious, what is that about? How does that make sense? It's like they're in a commitment relationship or marriage with you, but it's almost like maybe this is them fighting themselves to kind of reach this emotional state of being of personal love. And if that's the case, this energy over here, they're using more flirtation, temptation, seduction, whatever it is, aesthetics, looks, appearances. They're having to, in a sense, switch up their game plan or switch up their strategy. They're kind of like saying, looks are no longer working. Let me work on my emotional state of being. Okay. Quite interesting. It's almost like working on self-love. Working on self-love. Yeah, working on self-love. Jeez Louise. I'll push this a little bit. What are those lyrics? Oh goodness, and now there's this energy showing up over here. This is so fascinating. What are those lyrics? You just want attention, you don't want my heart. You just want attention, not my heart. It seems and feels as if they're like sitting comfortably within this commitment with you, and they are kind of gaining this, in a sense, peace of mind. But again, they're also wanting to kind of like be left alone to figure something out emotionally and mentally. And it's almost like, once again, they're having to energetically like work on themselves to work up this overall emotional energy. It's like they have to really sit with themselves, and I'm not too sure what that's about. It's like sit with themselves, figure themselves out. Maybe maybe they're not too sure exactly who they are, because again, there's like so much energy about like now it's like they it seems and feels like they find who they are, but then it's almost like then they lose who they are, and then they re-find who they are, and it's like for some reason over here they're like, okay, well, where am I with all this? Now they're having a good time, and now they almost, in a sense, kind of feel more recognized. Well, what's interesting about this energy is now that they feel more recognized, I feel like that's where your energy, Capricorn, is stepping in, and it's like, and you're paying attention to them. But you're paying attention to them in the initial energy of where they started first, and that's what I find very fascinating. Goodness gracious. I'm going to push this a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, that is... Okay. It gets your attention. It does do that, Capricorn. It grabs your attention. It's almost like, wow, someone's actually working on themselves and doing better for themselves. At the same time, they are in the mindset perspective, I feel like, of realizing this. And they're all about, well, let me just kind of move forward. And unfortunately, there's some heartbreak and pain and realization there. They're saying, I know I need to move forward. I know I need to kind of like let something go or leave something behind. Or maybe like it's a way of being, whether it's a party life, the party scene, going out, having fun, drinks, substances, I don't know, be responsible. They're focused on really healing and now once again acknowledging and addressing themselves. At the same time, there is this energy of like what they are leaving behind that they reminisce about, and it's almost like they're wanting to move forward. They are, but there's still, it's like there's this, like, how do I say this? There's still this transition of, let's just say, lives. It's kind of like saying, when you've grown out of I'm 21, let's go out and party and let's drink it up. Now I'm 31, I don't want to do that anymore. There's a transitional life period that I feel like they're going through regarding this commitment with the two of you. that's what they're in the process of making peace with. It almost seems and feels like they may be like maturing a little bit, stepping into a new them. And it's almost like they're like, but I have to leave all that behind. And it's almost like, okay, well, you're still in the process of, in a sense, grieving your old lifestyle, your old habits or ways or whatever it is. But that's what I find very fascinating is they're focusing on that self-awareness once again and that acknowledgement to create that inner peace within themselves, possibly to stop going back and forth and flip-flopping and kind of being a little bit this way, a little bit that way. It's like, in a sense, they're wanting to find the middle path. So, of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with a fire sign, an earth sign, a water sign, and that is all. Goodbye.